Hello Sagittarius, welcome to your spring 2025 reading. My name is Nigel and you have found Alchemy. We're going to be covering, excuse me, this moved. We're going to be covering April, May, and June. We're summarizing very briefly. We're going to be taking many of these same cards when the monthly reading comes out, and we're going to expand upon them. So this way we really see what's going on, and we have the all the moving parts. But this is going to give you like a kind of a peek, right? A peek at what's going on. You have here the Elephant card, and it says forgiveness on it. And there may be someone that during this time, and this is your overarching energy, by the way, for all 3 months, there may be someone during this time that asks your forgiveness for something or about something. Elephants are very closely related and tied to family, so it might be family matters. It might be someone you were in a very close relationship with at one time anyway. You have here the waning moon. It says the energy is gaining momentum. And yes, you could look at any given month at the waning moon period, the waxing moon, excuse me. You can look at the waxing moon period. You can look that up in any given month and you could see when that's going to occur. And that's when a lot of these things are going to take place and be heightened. You have erosion here, and then this may be someone trying to wear you down in some way, shape, or form, or perhaps someone that has tried to wear you down in the past and has formed this erosion type situation where you feel eroded from their presence, you feel eroded from their energy. You have Uranus here, and Uranus is the card of Aquarius. So if you have Aquarius placements, this time will be even more profound for you. But either way, Uranus is the card of change or freedom from something, complete freedom from something. So we'll keep that under our hats. Here you have, wow, so you have the Ace of Cups twice, but I am jumping ahead. But you have the Ace of Cups here. And in this deck, the Ace of Cups is a beautiful card. I mean, it's really a pretty card no matter what deck you're using. And it is water energy, right? It's love, it's happiness, it's creativity. The big cup in the center symbolizes the harmony of our emotional mind, while the birds in the picture take that balanced state to a higher consciousness. So no matter how you look at this card, it is a beautiful card. It is a thing of beauty, and it represents love in its purest form. You have here the Knight of Swords coming in reverse. Hopefully that'll, if at any time this does not focus, it will refocus. It does fall out of focus at times. But you do have the Knight of Swords in reverse. That's Mercury and Gemini. And as we know, the Knight of Swords is the quickest moving knight in the deck. Sometimes he draws his sword and he rides off very, very quickly. And sometimes without even thinking, right? And this is a slowing down of something. It's a stoppage. It's slowing down. Something is moving rather slowly. And I do think it's either you or someone you're involved with that is moving slower than the other. Like one person is moving a little bit slower than the other. But either way, you have this Jupiter energy here, the Wheel of Fortune, right? That's your energy, Jupiter energy. It's also fixed energy, Aquarius, Leo, Scorpio, and Taurus. So it's luck, it's fortune, it's really good energy, but somebody's sort of slowing it down. There's nothing bad here, but you do have here. Now this is the advice card, and the advice here is the Four of Cups in reverse, Moon in Cancer. And it's the advice here, Sagittarius, is you may be more ready for something than you think, or that you're aware of, right? So keep that under your hat. I mean, this is a card of, look, somebody sort of rejecting something or slowing something down. And this may be you slowing something down. It could be somebody else, but you are more ready than you realize. And here you have, once again, the Ace of Cups, right? Pure water energy. And, for this to come out twice, this is love. And this is really, really nice energy. It's a double card and it's extremely meaningful. So it looks like your April is going to be very nice, very sweet. You're going to question certain things, or perhaps the person you're with is going to be questioning certain things. But either way, the advice here is that I do think you're more ready than you realize. And you need to have patience with this situation, but at the same time, there may be a little fear here that you need to get past, and that's okay. All right, it really is. It's okay, because this is all really, really nice energy. Now here in May, you have the Princess of Swords, and this is a bonus card in this deck. Could be an expansion card. It depends on how you look at it. But she's a little bit different from the other cards in the deck. She's represented by the Hindu goddess in this picture anyway, Kali. Right? And if you look at her, there's a demon's head right there. She's holding the sword. She's the goddess of death and destruction. Now, she is said to bestow liberation. She battles demons. It could be inner demons that you're battling, or it could be someone. It could be something or someone that you have decided to behead. In other words, take their power away, annihilate them. Could be. Because you have here other people coming to your aid here with the Three of Pentacles. And, the Three of Pentacles is the coming together of help, the gathering of help, right? Teamwork. So there are other people involved in this, and maybe you gather other people together for advice. I don't really know exactly what this is, and we'll know when we expand the reading. But we do have here the Knight of Wands in reverse. And the Knight of Wands in reverse is Jupiter and Sagittarius energy. However, this could be someone who is, I'll describe them, overly confident, lacks follow through sometimes, could be have a tendency towards violence. Honestly, they have a chip on their shoulder, and this is someone you're dealing with. And it doesn't really surprise me that Kali came up, because you're wanting to remove them, whatever remnants of them is left in your life. You're trying to remove them. Now, the advice here, ironically, is Capricorn energy with the Devil in reverse. The advice here is to remove the toxicity, is to do exactly what is depicted here, because honestly, you have your self-worth is on the table. I think that your self-worth is in high gear, and you're like, I don't have to deal with this anymore, and so I won't. It's a very, very strong month for you. You're coming in very, very strong, okay? Very nice energy. Now, as we move on to June, we have the Five of Swords. And this is yet another expansion card in this deck, right? And if you look at this is a bust of Aphrodite. Very odd for this particular card, right? And you see the snakes. And what's interesting is Aphrodite was linked, right? Connected with Nemesis, the goddess of what? Retribution. And what she was used for is she was used to balance the scales of justice or injustice. So there is an injustice of some kind here, and you're being very defensive. You're protecting. You're going from Aphrodite to Nemesis. This is someone who you may have loved at one time, all right? And like I said, this could be a family member. This could be an ex. This could be a friend. But this is someone who you had different feelings for in the past that you do now. Now you have here, this situation may cause you some sleepless nights here in June. Yeah, and look, here's the cup. There is another Ace of Cups. There is another Ace of Cups tied to this situation. Interesting, you have three of them, but you have two of them in the upright here, which is beautiful energy, and then you have one tied to this particular person who, at one time, you had very different feelings for. They have proven themselves to be something other than what they turned out to be. I mean, it's just, you have here the advice card with the Seven of Wands. I mean, look at that. It's, in other words, Spirit is trying to tell you, stay focused, stay alert, and be determined to defend yourself. This is the advice. The advice is not to let them steamroll you, walk all over you. They may be asking for forgiveness, and it's a very complicated subject, right? You hear things on the internet all the time, say, "Oh, forgive." Okay, yeah, maybe you can forgive them silently, but this is not the type of person that deserves your forgiveness to lighten their load. Maybe you can do it after they're gone, in your own mind, to release their power over you. But there is somebody that's going to ask your forgiveness that honestly doesn't deserve it, or somebody's trying to erode you, or trying to get back into your good graces somehow. I mean, that's how I'm seeing this, because look, you have the deception card right here. You may be tempted, Sagittarius. You may be tempted. I'm not saying that you're tempted if this is an ex to go back to them, but you may be tempted to listen to them. I don't think you should. I think you should stay on guard here. I mean, listen, that's what it's saying, okay? Now, when we look at the rest, and you know, before we do that, I just want you to know that when we add all this up and we break it down, we get the number 3. So in the spring, you're going to be expanding. Your world's going to be changing. You have Uranus, you have Jupiter. Jupiter is your planet. And you're going to, when the smoke clears from this time, you're going to be in a much better place. You are. I mean, for Jupiter to be present in your reading, it is a time of you becoming a warrior, standing up for yourself, getting past any deception, perhaps putting this person in their place with finality, rejecting them. I mean, that's what I'm feeling here. Now, what you don't see coming is some pain. I mean, this is not going to be an easy situation. It's going to be worth it. It's going to be worth it. You have to face, there is a demon you're going to have to face. And it's going to be worth it. You're going to remove any hope that this person has of either reconciliation. And when I say that, it could be a relationship, or it could be a friendship, or it could be a family member that you backed away from, that is trying to erode you and weaken you and get back in your good graces. But now, oh, by the way, when I pull these cards that you don't see coming, I always go by what the total was, and the total was number 3. So I'm going to be pulling 3 cards. So this would be the last card. And this is you planning your future. You're going through this stuff, but at the end of the day, with this look, holding the world in your hands and just expanding. Your world is expanding. You're putting something in its place. You're burying it. You're doing whatever it is you need to do, and you're moving on from it. You have here self-care, right? Because this is going to be a form of self-care. This is a necessary thing. This is like almost like facing the last boss before you put something in a drawer, shut it, and move on. There is something beautiful in April. I mean, it's just a beautiful, something that you're either iffy about or the other person's a little iffy about, but it doesn't matter. This is a really, really good situation. And you have here, we do not take these in reverse, you have the truth of expression. Oh yeah. You're going to have some truth of expression, whether this person likes what you have to say or not. And the last card here is justice. Justice. Balance. Right? Yeah. You're going to be facing a nemesis. This nemesis could come in a form of anything. It's going to be different for each Sagittarius, but whatever it is that you have to face, when you release this toxicity, look, when you release this toxicity and you stand your ground, right? And you use that famous Sagittarian stubbornness, and you say what you need to say, and you say it in a way that leaves no room for misinterpretation, you are able to finally put something away and move on. And this may be something that you don't consider important in the way that it's going to be life-changing, right? But it is. It's going to be life-changing for you, for sure. You also have this card, and we only pull one of these, and it says snow. Yeah, I do think someone is going to try to snow you. I do. I think someone's going to try to sweet talk you, erode you, change your mind, come back, try to do something. It's a form of manipulation and deception, and you're going to not only see right through it. I do think that I don't think that there's a reason you stopped either communicating or being around this person. I think you know. But I think you need to kind of be clear and finally cut their head off and say, that's it. The demon is slayed. There is no hope for me to reunite with you on any level, because I am planning my future, and it does not include you. The scales of justice have balanced, and I am sorry. End of story. So honestly, I can't wait to take apart each month and see what else, right? Because this isn't the only thing that's going on in each month. It's just the main thing. It's the big thing. So I will see you in your monthly reading. And Sagittarius, I wish you nothing but the best. Namaste.